A few years ago, a Wawa convenience store opened up just a couple blocks from News 6 studios here. And I noticed when they installed one of those Florida Lottery ticket vending machines, it was tucked away in the back of the store near the restrooms. Certainly a lot different location than where you typically see those vending machines like at Publix or Winn-Dixie that are right at the front of the store, just a few feet away from the cashiers. Under Florida law, those machines need to be within the retailer's direct line of sight. However, when you go inside Wawa, depending on where you stand, it can at least be a little bit difficult to see these machines. I think many people would agree. So that's what got me looking into this. I have done some stories in the past with the Florida Council on Compulsive Gambling, and I know there is a very real concern about children gambling. They do receive phone calls from kids who have gambling addictions or concerns about that, and so it is an issue that's on their radar at least. And so we wanted to see what these retailers were doing to try to dissuade kids from playing with these lottery ticket vending machines. It's illegal, in fact, for retailers to sell lottery tickets to anyone under the age of 18. So with a hidden camera being held by one of our photographers, we went into several convenience stores in the Central Florida area with the help of a 13 and 14-year-old who agreed to work with us on this project. It certainly would be easy for these kids to run in the back door here, insert a dollar bill, and then run right back out with a lottery ticket. And we did not think that was going to be fair to the retailers. We wanted to give them ample opportunity to intervene and try to stop these kids, or at least ask their age. And so in most cases here, the boys were in the store for 2 to 3 minutes. As you can see, they're pushing buttons, they're playing with dollar bills, and in some cases, we actually gave them $50 bills, knowing that these machines here only accept denominations up to $20. So they'd put it in, it would spit it back out. So we knew that they couldn't actually buy a ticket, which would be illegal. But nonetheless, we visited 10 different stores one evening, and in 9 of them, nobody ever said a word to these kids. Nobody ever questioned their ages. In some cases, employees were walking right past the kids or around the corner, and nobody said anything. The only exception was Publix. We went to a Publix store in Maitland, and within a minute, as the boys were up at the machine, one of the checkout workers looked over there and just kept turning her head. I was watching her, and she finally waves over another employee who walks up to the boys, and the boys say that he said, "Hey, what's your age?" And when they told him they were not 18 years old yet, he said, "Well, you can't play lottery." That is what is supposed to happen. Or these lottery retailers are supposed to be able to deactivate those machines with a remote control button. Only Publix was the one to intervene. Now, what was interesting is, when we were driving around in the car before this, the 13-year-old asked me, "Well, so what if you buy a lottery ticket from a vending machine? You still got to go up to a human being cashier to be able to get the money for it if you were to win." And so we wanted to test that out too. We went to a mom and pop convenience store. I gave him a winning ticket that I had legally purchased. He walks up, gives it to the cashier there, and the cashier gives him the $10 for the winning ticket that I had bought. So these kids can also cash these tickets out. So again, this has been a concern. We don't know how big of a problem it is, but nonetheless, these retailers are supposed to, by law, by them having the privilege to sell lottery tickets in their store, they're supposed to be keeping kids away from these machines. And as our investigation showed, that may not always be happening.